Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Marie and welcome to the first edition of Science Chit Chat. So I'm basically going to be structuring these Science Chit Chats the way that you would a visual research paper is what I'm going to call it. So when I do a direct quote, I'm going to put it over here. When I'm speaking about something where I'm giving you a statistic, I'm going to give you a footnote below down here. Okay, so on September 2nd, like I said, the FDA banned 19 chemicals, including the chemical Triclosan, from antibacterial soap. Take a look at the press announcement. Okay, so in the press announcement, it states several things. One, that this whole discussion began in 2013. It says the agency issued a proposed rule in 2013 after some data suggested that long-term exposure to certain active ingredients used in antibacterial products could pose health risks such as bacterial resistance or hormonal effects. That's interesting. So they essentially gave them 3 years to turn in some data. Well, what's funny about that is according to an amazing Newsweek article that I got a lot of information from, it links to totally reputable sources. It's a great article. Like I said, it'll be linked below. In actuality, the FDA agreed to look at the safety of Triclosan in 1974. 40 years later, only now have we made any progress. Oh, okay. Well, it gets even more complicated because in 1997, here's what the Newsweek article reports, that in 1997, the FDA approved Triclosan to be used in Colgate Total. Now, this is a direct quote. Patricia Verdane, Colgate-Palmolive's head of research and development, in an op-ed article she wrote for Fox News, maintains that recent claims that Triclosan in Colgate Total can lead to cancer, they're absolutely untrue. She discounts findings about Triclosan's potential endocrine disruption as rumors. Well, in 2010, the Natural Resources Defense Council sued the FDA for access to documentation regarding Colgate Total's approval. The documents, totaling 35 pages, have never been seen by the public before. So it's interesting. So for probably the last 20 years, there's been a question about whether or not this chemical is safe. Let's go further down the rabbit hole, shall we? All right, now in their press release here, they say that this chemical they are banning is because the reason they're banning them is because they are neither safe or effective. Well, according to the FDA, and here's the direct quote, antibacterial hand and body wash manufacturers did not provide the necessary data to establish safety and effectiveness, there's those two words again, for the 19 active ingredients addressed in this final rulemaking. For these ingredients, either no additional data were submitted or the data and information that were submitted were not sufficient for the agency to find that these ingredients are generally recognized as, you guessed it, safe and effective. Well, now, it's funny to put those two terms in the same sentence, isn't it? So let's examine whether or not it is indeed safe and whether or not it indeed was effective. Okay, so here we go. Was it ever effective? Well, not according to the Oxford Journal's article, Consumer Antibacterial Soaps Effective or Just Risky, that examined the studies that compared Triclosan to plain soap. And surprise, surprise, plain soap won. All right, so we've established that Triclosan was never effective. But was it ever safe? Well, in 2006, that's right, 2006, a study found that low levels disrupt thyroid hormone-associated gene expression. That doesn't sound good, does it? A 2012 study linked it to disruptions in the function of striated muscle. In 2014, a study found that it enhanced liver cell proliferation, linking it to liver tumors. A 2014 study found it may promote breast cancer progression. So I think the FDA was right in saying that it was neither safe or effective, don't you? Well, now here's why I wanted to make this video and draw attention to this topic. Because if it's neither safe nor effective, particularly what I'm going to focus on right now is safe, because they can say it's not an effective antibacterial agent for hand washing. But now we go to the question of safety. If it's not safe, then why is the only thing they're banning it from is antibacterial soap? So if you're wondering all the other products that Triclosan appears in, just head on over to the EWG, type in Triclosan, and 20 pages with 10 items each will come up. You just need to go through 1 or 2 pages and you'll recognize something that you see on the shelves in your supermarket, at Target, maybe in your friend's home, maybe you have it in your own home. Okay, so you might be asking yourself, you know what, Marie, that's cool. I mean, I get it, but we're surrounded by toxic chemicals. I'm just not gonna buy those products. Well, friends, I've got some statistics to share with you. Triclosan is listed among the 7 most frequently detected compounds in streams across the United States. There are still 1,500 tons of triclosan being produced annually. And in 2003, the CDC did a study of 2,500 people and found that almost 3/4 of them had triclosan in their urine. So the point of that is, it's permeated your life whether you want it to or not, because it's in a lot more than antibacterial soap. So friends, why am I barfing all this information on you? You're sitting to yourself there and you're like, well, we've made progress. What can I really do? My life is really busy. I just don't know if I can take on this responsibility. Well, friends, I have something really easy that you can do that's actually been the largest agent of change in the history of this country. And that's you can vote. No, I'm not talking about the future president. I'm not even talking about your senators or your congresspeople. I'm talking about with your hard-earned dollars. But let's look at some of the most recent crazes that the American dollar brought about. Banning of things from stuff in our lives. High fructose corn syrup, GMOs, gluten-free things. You can educate your friends and family, and you can choose to vote with your dollars. And let's put Triclosan on the same list with high fructose corn syrup and gluten. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.